when you thought your day couldn't get any worse. Yeah. I'm trying to film some of myself working on here. You're in it. My hair looks like I stuck my finger into an electrical socket. It's all sticking up.
Cute.
And it was at this moment I realized we had some serious problems.
Oh.
Let's give you a little recap though on how we got into this situation. The car's always had some overheating issues, but never really got bad until several years ago when I drove it down to the beach. I didn't make it back. Long story short.
I think we're okay. Try and get home.
So fast forward a little bit, my friend Rick lets me borrow his trailer and helps me haul the wagon up to my uncle's place where you have previously seen me working on the Torino. Alright, time to get to work. But first, pets and belly scratches. Alright, so first things first, we are going to try and rule out whether or not we think it's the head gasket as the source of overheating. So I'm just going to be moving some stuff out of the way and take my thermostat out so we can expose that area and see if there's any bubbles when the car is running. Some of you may be watching and thinking, wow, this looks like tedious work, but honestly, this is so much fun to me. I'm learning so much. I've never worked on this car before other than changing the alternator and the oil, so it's really fun to be able to dive in head first and really learn how a lot of this stuff works. With that being said, I would be lying if I told you that none of this stuff was tedious, because there's absolutely going to be moments where I question everything. Alright, so let's get back to work so we can actually make some progress.
Well, if it had a bad leaking or blowing hickey, that's going to retract the head. It'd be blowing air bubbles everywhere.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
on the agenda, I guess. What's next?
Next on the agenda was definitely to get this radiator out of here and get it flushed out. It is absolutely disgusting. Also, a little side note, I took this air cleaner housing, everything off, just to have some more space. And I noticed almost every single one of these vacuum lines are either broke, tore, cracked up, about to break. And there's even some missing, and I don't know where they go. Oh my god. It's fine. I moved this stuff out of the way, and I saw this, and oh well, it broke. It was already broken in half. I think the bottom of it's down there. And then almost every single one of these is all cracked up. Yeah, look at all this. Gosh. Good grief. Gosh, what a mess. Hear this, but that crunching, that's my radiator hose. Before I had the Torino, I used to think that this car looked like everything was accessible and easily reachable, but after having worked on the Torino, which is basically just an engine, looking at all this stuff under the hood and everything you have to take off and remove in order to take other things out, it's really eye-opening to see how much more complicated these cars get the newer they get.
Come on. That rust right there,
Yeah.
you're gonna have to roll that radiator. Let it go back and forth between them tubes.
Mm-hmm.
But be careful, don't knock none of your plugs out. So just roll it. See what I'm doing?
Yeah.
I've seen them worse than that.
Worse? Gosh.
You ready to blow it out, take when the cat's all the cat's all the way down the back, to get pressure washer down there. That build up pressure. I'm glad that didn't fall on you.
God.
Bring it up here.
Alright, now that I've literally blasted the rust out of the radiator, next job is to tackle changing out this fan clutch. Alright, so I'm off to the auto parts store now to get a... Oh, this mess here. I'm going to get a new clutch for the fan, and then taking my fan, make sure it fits, they give me the right one, get a new gasket for this, and pick up a new thermostat as well, and then we will see where we're at. Can somebody tell me why everything itches the most when your hands look like this? Like, my nose itches so bad, I'm just like, oh my gosh. Hello. You're so cute. Between the shop cat and this sweet little baby, it's almost impossible to get anything done around here. Like, what are you even doing? Alright, new shiny part, looking good, looking good. Now I'm just making sure everything's tight. I had also replaced the belts, so I'm just going through and making sure I didn't forget any bolts or forget to tighten anything. After everything's buttoned up, I had my uncle come over and help me form a game plan for the thermostat. I wanted to make sure I was doing everything in the correct order since I had never done this repair before.
Fill this full of water before you put that in there. That way, if you fill it right there, it goes around through there and it air locks. The only way you keep air locking is to take a heater hose off. But you don't have none you can take off very easy. Now go ahead and fill it now.
It's the shop cat.
We're going to be replacing some radiator hoses on Christine, the station wagon. I might even do the heater core. I forgot about that. I do have one somewhere, probably in this van, and if that's the case, we're gonna replace that too. Then we can get everything all fleshed out and ready to... Ew, why are you drooling? Why are you so wet? Ew. Ew. That's gross. Anyway, going to be replacing the radiator hoses, upper and lower. I was also debating while it's up here to... man, you gotta... Alright, you can stay right there. But, I was debating doing my starter while I was here, because it's been like, when I start it, sometimes it... But I don't know if it's the starter that's bad or the flywheel. I mean, it's one of those gears. I still just can't believe how nasty and crusty these hoses were. What a relief it is to finally get them changed out. Now on to the heater core. Alright. Oh, I had to go find a pan to drain my antifreeze into, and I had to go on a little trip in the work truck, which is a manual transmission, which I'm not very good at. So let's see if I let's see how I do. Okay, it's already in first gear. Just need to give it a little gas. Okay, all right, we're going. Make sure no one's coming from the other end. Oh, I'm on a hill, I'm on a hill, I'm on a hill. No one's, so there's definitely somebody there. Oh! I did it, I did it, I did it. Okay. Okay, not too bad. Not too bad. I learned several years ago up here in this truck too. I learned in this truck a lot. But yeah, I learned how to drive up here. My phone's gonna fall by my uncle. And I don't have any manual cars of my own to practice on. So I only get to drive them when I'm up here when it times out, you know, to have time to practice, which I haven't been able to practice in a long time. I probably haven't driven a manual car in maybe over a year or so. So I'm okay with how this is going. This isn't too bad. Lucy! 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 Oh, there's you. You stinky dog. You're cute though. Pan has been received. Oh, let's go. Let's go in the shop. Let's go in the shop. Oh man, you guys got the zoomies. You got the zoomies? You got the zoomies? He owns the place. Yep. Cat. All right, so let me try and put you up here. I don't have my tripod. I don't know where I put it. It walked off the face of the earth. But anyway, we are going to be investigating my heater core, which is somewhere up in here. Yeah, back there. So I'll show you how to get that out. I guess let's get to work. Quick little shout out. Mighty Red Ant. It's got the perfect bag. I'm gonna put this here. I'm telling you guys. All your tools organized. Each of these little pouches, they come off. They're on here with really strong Velcro, but little label pouches. I got my screwdrivers, wrenches, sockets. Perfect little travel bag for your cars. I'm even able to carry 2 batteries in here. Just fits everything. What are you doing, Ellie Mae? So you guys can see, I'm just going around and undoing all of these screws that are holding this. There's some down there too. This whole thing is one little unit that'll just shoot, come off, and then I can reach my heater core that's back in there. There's also some screws down in here I'm gonna have to get to, so I'm gonna have to take this stuff off. So I'm gonna take all this stuff off as well. So this piece is just kind of lurking over there, so I took that off. Now I'm about to take this off. There's all kinds of crap in there. I'm gonna try not to spill all these leaves. I need 2 hands. So down in there is a few more screws I need to unscrew, and then I should be able to just lift that up to reach the heater core. I think I've got everything. Currently trying to get these hoses out of here, but I got one hose off, and I don't think this is supposed to wiggle like that. Anyway, one crisis at a time. Oh man. Okay. Alright, now let's see if we can pop this top off. Looks like there's like a gasket or some kind in there, so I might have to do some prying, but we're making progress. Oh, yeah, see, look at that. It's just stuck to it. Alright, let's see if we can try and pry this off. Also went ahead and took this off, unplugged everything, gonna see if it comes up. It feels like it was catching on something here, so I'm gonna see if I missed any screws in there. Alright, after working it around, I finally got it looking like it's gonna lift up. So I'm just gonna lift up this entire plastic piece. Trying to keep everything organized over here. Alright. Alright. Yeah. Here is my new one. Should fit. Okay, it looks the same. Okay. New one versus old one. Looks the same to me. Isn't that lovely? What, is that a battery? Oh my gosh. Up as good as we can. I still have no flashlight. I was not able to rescue it from a spot. I can see it still shining hours later. But I cannot get to it. We'll try again another time. There's also this little bracket thing that holds this steady. This goes like that. So now I'm just putting back some sticky stuff, gasket material, whatever you call it, just so that everything's all sealed up just the way it was. As I've been down here with my face in all of this, I also noticed this. Looks like a fuel pump right there and some very sketchy hoses on that, so I will be replacing those as well. I'm just kind of replacing things as I see them, and before I drive it home I will be doing an in-depth look through with my uncle to make sure nothing was missed. I don't want this girl to just be back on the road, you know, good enough. Like, I want it to be good enough, good enough. Alright, so I've got the hoses put back together, I've got the sticky stuff put down, I've got the sticky stuff on the other side, and now we're just going to put everything back together. Should have done that in the first place. Like I said earlier, I would be lying if I said that none of this was tedious. All of this right here is probably the most tedious part of anything I had done. Trying to get this plastic cover back onto its spot, oh my gosh. Then finally getting it to lay flat and realizing I have forgotten something and had to take it all apart again. Alright, that was aggravating, but it's back on now. Hopefully we don't have to take it back off. I'm just going to go ahead and throw the screws back in. Hope everything lines up good. Yeah. One thing that's been quite discombobulating with working on this car is that it's about 50-50 whether you're going to have a metric or a standard bolt. I've been going back and forth between metric and standard this whole time. Okay, that's a little bit better. Now you're attached to a hand truck and attached to it with a pair of vice grips that are hanging onto my phone case, which the phone is in. Okay, so now you can get a little bit better view of what I'm doing over here, kind of, if my screen wasn't dirty. I'll put this thing back in. Perfect. Alright, it's on. So that's all there was to it with the heater core, but our day is not over yet. I went down to help my uncle with something real quick on his race truck, and then I got to ride along while he ran an errand in the big GMC truck. that's a wrap for this video. So make sure to like and subscribe and stay tuned for the next video where I replace the starter and hopefully drive her home.